So how are y'all doing? It's Thursday and we're going to do some yoga stretch, and I'm going to use a chair as a prop. So I hope you've got your chair, but also have your yoga mat because we'll do some stuff on there as well. But I just kind of wanted to show you a few stretches that you can do using a chair, but also more specifically stretches to address pain in the body. We know that stretching helps alleviate stress and tension that we often carry in our muscles. It's like the muscles kind of go into this semi-lockdown mode, and it really kind of irritates the nerve endings and can cause pain and restrictions in your mobility. So that's why stretching feels so good. And typically people after a stretch class, a yoga class, they'll just comment about how good they feel. Sometimes if they've got back pain, it can really bring relief. So I just kind of wanted to touch on those common areas where people typically find pain in their body, and I would say it's the neck, either from too much over the computer or too much texting. Just everything we do in life is in this kind of forward fold position, forward bent over like that. So that can cause a lot of stress on the neck extensors because they have to contract statically to kind of hold you in that semi-forward flex position, lest you do like a face plant into the keyboard or the phone or whatever. Another common area of pain is just low back. I mean, that's like the number one reason people miss work is for low back pain. So I want to show you some stretches, which you probably already know, but it's just nice to see specifically how those stretches help with back pain. And then lastly, just some hip stretches, because a lot of times when you sit for a long period of time, the hips kind of lock up. So I want to do some hip openers, and again, using the chair to kind of assist with that. So don't think that just because you're, not on your yoga mat that you can't be doing some stretchings that are beneficial for the body. So if you find yourself in a chair, there's plenty that you can do right there, and then just go right back to work or whatever you're doing. So let's begin actually sitting in your chair. So get your chair, face me. And then, of course, I said this one's kind of high. I wish it was just a little bit lower, but it's okay. I will make do. Kind of feel like Edith Ann on Laugh-In, if any of you remember her. But anyhow, sit kind of close to the edge of the chair so that your feet are flat on the floor. Let me scooch over just a smidge. Yeah. All right, and then the feet are about hip-width apart. Let's just take a big inhale breath. Sweep your arms up over your head. Exhale breath. Press the arms down and around, and then if you're able to grab the edges of the chair back, do so. And then kind of push your chest forwards, roll the shoulders back and down. Kind of let the belly just press outwards, lift the chin up, inhale breath here. And then on the exhale breath, you're going to release, and then you're going to round the back. You're going to stretch the arms out in front, almost pressing that upper to mid back on the back of the chair if you're able to. So a little abdominal contraction there. So let's do that again. Inhale breath, up we go. Exhale breath, open out to the sides. Clasp around the back of the chair. Push the chest forwards, head up, inhale. And then exhale breath, hands come to the front, rounding your back, drawing the belly in and spreading the shoulder blades apart. And then one more time, inhale breath, up to the top. Exhale breath, open up and around. Grab up maybe a little higher if your chair back is higher, and clasp there, and then push that chest forward, shoulders back and down, head up, inhale breath. And then exhale breath, hands to the front. Once again, we round, draw the belly in, spread your shoulders, try to touch that mid back into the back of the chair. Good, now inhale breath up, and then exhale breath, drop the right hand down, grab underneath the chair. Now if you have an arm there, either go over it or under it, and then you're gonna lean slightly to the left until you can't go anymore because the hand stops you. You're going to take the left hand on the side of your head and very gently press against the side of your head, really stretching here into those neck muscles. And as you're holding on underneath there, it kind of creates a stretch from here. So from your shoulder literally all the way up into that ear. Good, now come back up, inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, drop left hand down, grab underneath, right hand on the side of your head, lean away until you can't anymore, and then just draw that right ear towards the right shoulder. And be very careful with your neck. You never want to pull too hard, just to where you feel a good stretch. And then up we go, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Drop the right hand down, left hand on the side of the head, and then just side lean over here. Inhale, breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, breath, arms up. And then exhale, drop your left hand down, right hand on the side of your head, lean over here to the right, very gently pressing the hand onto that side of the head. Breathe, inhale, and exhale it out. Good, and then inhale, breath. Reach both arms up. You're going to interlace. Exhale, place the hands behind the head, and then you're going to start to tuck the chin towards the chest and very gently press the hands on the back of the head. As you do that, draw the belly in. Your eyes are just looking down at your thighs, and just do this until you feel that nice, wonderful stretch down the back of your neck. Stay there, inhale, breath. Exhale it out. Good. Inhale, breath. Reach the arms up. And then exhale. Let's do it again. So hands behind the head, tuck the chin, draw the belly, elbows close together, and just press until you feel that wonderful stretch on the back of the neck. Inhale, breath. Exhale it out. Good, and then come back up. Inhale, breath, reach. And then exhale, breath, lower the arms down, shoulders roll around to the back. All right, so let's scooch back a little bit more into this is called the seat pan, by the way, just sort of the ergonomic term we use for this part of the chair. So sit a little bit farther back and then draw the belly in. I want you to pick up your right knee, draw it into the chest here, and then when you're doing this, you should feel your back kind of pressing into the back of the chair. Rotate that ankle around a couple of times each way, and then go the other way. Good, now grab underneath the knee, inhale, breath. And then exhale, breath. You're going to try to straighten that leg out as best you can. So I'm going to turn a little bit this way. Might be a slightly better view here. And then just as you kick that leg up, go until you feel the stretch in the back of the leg. And then flex your foot, bend the knee, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Point your toe, kick the leg up. One more time. Inhale, bend the knee, flex your foot. And then exhale, breath. Kick that leg up straight and flex. Good. Now grab your ankle, cross that ankle right above the knee here. And then as you lean forwards, you're going to kind of press this knee down that way using your hand or maybe your elbow. So as you drop your chest over, you're going to feel a stretch in your glutes and specifically in the piriformis. So this here is a great stretch if you do have low back pain that pertains to that sciatic nerve. So a lot of us get sciatica where you've got that kind of shooting pain either up into the low back or down the back of the leg. And this can help stretch that piriformis muscle that in about half the population, it kind of houses the sciatic nerve bundle. It kind of goes through those muscle fibers. So as you stretch them out, that can kind of free up the space in there and there's not so much constriction and irritation. All right, come back up and then just set that foot down. We'll do all that on the other side. So again, you're kind of sitting back. You're going to grab around that shin and draw the belly in. Pull that knee up, circle your ankle around a couple of times each direction. Good, now grab underneath the knee, inhale, breath, and then exhale, kick your leg up straight, flex your foot, and then inhale, draw the heel down. Exhale, kick your leg up straight again, trying to feel that stretch. Now you might be here, you might not even straighten it all the way, just wherever it goes for you, that's where you go. So this is not about trying to achieve some, end point. It's really about you listening to your body and taking it to where it feels good for you. Flex the foot one more time. Inhale, bend it. And then exhale, point your toe, extend the leg up and just draw it in until you feel a good stretch in the hamstrings. All right, so bend the knee, cross that ankle up above the knee here, set that right foot down, and then as you lean your chest forwards, either use your hand to push the knee out or use your elbow, and then just drop over until you feel that wonderful stretch through the low back, through the glutes here on the left. Stay here, inhale, breath, exhale it out. Good, and then coming back up, and then just uncross and set the foot down. One more round on each side. So sitting back into the chair, grab over that right shin, and as you draw that thigh into the chest, a couple of rotations with that ankle, around and around each way. Good, and then grab underneath, inhale, breath, and then exhale, kick your leg up straight. Flex the foot, bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, point your toe, kick it up. Flex your foot, inhale, bend. And then exhale, point your toe and stretch that leg up. Maybe grab under a little lower and just draw that leg in. Once again, pulling it to the point where it feels good for you, like a 7 or an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 would be, oh my goodness, I'm about to rip in two. Stop. So you don't want to ever go there. Just a little bit underneath that, right? Okay, so flex the foot, bend the knee, sit up. Inhale, breath. On the exhale breath, leaning forwards over this shin. Press that knee out with your elbow or with your hand. Maybe you can even come all the way down to the floor like that and just touch the fingertips or the hands to the mat. Breathe. Good, and then roll it all the way up. Uncross, set your foot down, and let's do the other side. So picking up your left knee, hands over the shin, draw that thigh in, back against the back of the chair. Rotate the ankle around a couple of times each direction. Good, and then grabbing underneath that thigh, inhale, breath. Exhale, kick your leg up straight. Flex the foot, inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, point your toe, kick it up. One more time, inhale, breath, flex your foot, and then just draw that heel down. Point your toe, exhale, kick it up, and then maybe slide the hands down a little further and just draw that leg in. Again, going to about a level 7 or 8 on that intensity scale, 10 being like way too far. You never want to go there. Especially with stretching. Now, sometimes in other forms of exercise where it comes to strength training or cardiovascular conditioning, sometimes you do kind of push it to like almost that max level, and there's a place for that. But in stretching, there's really not, because what happens is when you try to push sort of past that painful threshold, there's what's called a stretch reflex reaction, where the muscle's like, no, you're not going to stretch me, and it just actually tightens up worse. It kind of defeats the whole purpose. So you never really want to go to that point. You want to be just right underneath that ceiling. All right, so flex the foot, cross your ankle over the thigh, just above the knee there. Sit up tall, inhale, breath. And then on the exhale breath, you're going to lean that chest forwards, push down with your hand, or maybe use your elbow. And however far over you go there, that's where you go. Maybe you drop the hands down, fingertips to the mat, or maybe just palm the floor. And breathe. Good, and then just roll it up, nice and easy. Good, and then just uncross. And now you're going to separate the feet. You're going to sit pretty close to the end. So hang on one second. I was trying a new music service, and apparently it only gives you like 2 songs or something like that. So we're going to go back to what I was using before. Sorry about that. Okay, I get a sip while I'm over here. So you're going to sit pretty close to the edge of that seat pan. Bring your feet out pretty wide. So you're going to inhale breath, sweep the arms up over your head. Exhale breath, open the arms out to the sides, and it's just like you're doing a forward fold. So imagine we're in yoga, but you're just sitting and the knees are bent. So forward fold, come all the way down, drop your head. Now inhale, lift up a little bit, just kind of gaze forwards there to the end of the mat. And then on the exhale breath, draw the elbows inside of the knees here. Drop your head down. Now look back. You can see the legs of the chair. Maybe grab the front legs and just draw yourself into an even deeper stretch. So just be careful you don't kind of tip the chair over. Make sure you're still putting some weight into that seat with your hips. Drop your head. Release your grip on the chair legs. Come back up, inhale, look forward. So it's kind of like that half lift in yoga. And then once again, exhale, drop it down, grab around the seat, chair legs, and pull yourself into a deep stretch. And just breathe. Good, and then release. From here, lift up about halfway, looking forwards, inhale. And then on the exhale breath, come all the way up to the top. Sweep your arms over the head, and then the hands pull right through to heart center. So let's do that again. Inhale breath, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale breath, flat back, forward fold, come on down. Inhale breath, half lift, look forwards. And then exhale, fold, grab around those chair legs, pull yourself in. Maybe you can grab the back chair legs. I don't know. Just kind of depends on your chair and your flexibility. And then come back up, inhale, half lift. And then exhale, once again, just drop it down. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe grab the legs and just pulling yourself into a slightly deeper stretch here. Breathe. Good. Inhale breath, half lift. And then exhale breath. Sweep those arms all the way up over the head, palms together, hands pull through to heart center. So that is a great stretch if your lower back is feeling a lot of tension, a lot of pain in the back. Sometimes what it needs is just to be completely stretched out in that direction. You know, you are in this forward flex position, and yes, talked a little bit about how that affects the neck muscles, but even all the way down into the low back, those muscles as well are kind of on this static, kind of moderate static contraction, and they just get tired, they get fatigued, and sometimes you just need to stretch them all the way out to kind of help undo and release that tension in there. All right, so next we're going to just stay seated in the chair. I got my feet up here on the little thingy, and this is going to be more of a head turn from left to right to stretch, again, the neck muscles. So it helps if you've kind of got those shoulders pressed down. So I like grabbing underneath the chair there, maybe grab the legs just to kind of help remind me to drop the shoulders down. So inhale breath. And then on the exhale breath, you're just going to turn your nose to the left. So try to look over the shoulder. Don't let this shoulder come in with it. That's kind of cheating. So don't cheat. Just turn that head and feel that wonderful stretch there. So looking directly to the side, inhale breath. And then exhale, drop that chin and nose down towards your left pec. Now take your left hand up on a diagonal inhale. Exhale, bring the hand over the back of the head like that. So if you had a ponytail, smack that hand right on the ponytail and continue to draw the chin towards that left pec. Breathe, inhale. Exhale out. Slowly release, bring your head up, drop the hand down, and then just looking straight ahead. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, turn your nose to look to the right and keep this left shoulder pulled back. So maybe you can see me, maybe not. I can't see you. Not that I could ever see you, but inhale, breath. And then exhale, breath. Start to drop your chin down towards your right pec. pec and shoulder. Lift the right arm up on a diagonal and then just kind of bend it over the top. If you had a ponytail, put your hand right on it. Inhale. Exhale, draw the chin towards the chest a little bit more. So you should now feel that stretch down the left side of your neck. Breathe, inhale. Exhale it out. Good, and then just slowly bring your head up and release the hand down. And let's do it one more time. So looking straight ahead, inhale. And then exhale, turn and look to your left. Inhale, breath here. And then exhale, drop the chin down towards that left pec. Sweep left arm up on a diagonal, hand on the back of the head, and then just gently press the chin down a little more. Keep that right hand holding onto the chair seat or leg or wherever you can grab with that right hand. Just kind of helps anchor that part of the body down. Inhale, breath. Exhale it out. Good. Slowly release. Let the arm go. Bring your head up. And then last time this way. Inhale, breath. Look straight ahead. And then exhale, breath. Turn your head to look to the right. Keep that left shoulder pulled back. Inhale, breath here. And then exhale, drop your chin down towards that right pec. And then float your right arm up on a diagonal. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hand on the back side of the head. Draw the chin down a little bit more. So just very light pressure from your hand on the back of the head. Keep holding on with that left hand on that chair leg or chair seat to kind of anchor it. Another inhale breath here. And then exhale it out. Good, and then slowly release. Drop the arm down. Good, and then bring your head back to center. And then just roll your shoulders up to the ears. Retract back and then drop down. Again, shoulders lift up. Retract back and then drop it down. Good. All right, so once again, you're going to kind of scoot forward so you're kind of sitting towards the very edge of the chair seat. So take the right hand on the outside of your left leg. Take your left hand either on the back of the chair here. Maybe once we spiral around a little bit more, you can reposition this hand. But to start with, just grab right there. So sit up nice and tall first. Inhale, breath. And then on the exhale, push with that right hand. Try to rotate to look over your left shoulder. Now maybe you can grab up here on the back of the chair and then just pull a little bit using that left hand and also pushing with your right hand. So great stretch for your lower back. Stay there, inhale. And then exhale it out. So this is how I would recommend doing it if you do have an arm on your chair. But if you don't, then what you can do is just literally swing your legs over here, grab the back of the chair, and then rotate around like that, which I like better because you can kind of use your hands to really twist and rotate that torso. But I just wanted to be mindful of the fact that some of you might be in chairs that actually have arm rests. So we'll do it going the other way. So sitting up nice and tall, take that left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Right hand back here, grabbing a hold of the chair back. So sit up nice and tall, inhale, breath. Exhale, use this hand to push against that thigh, turn to look over your shoulder, and then maybe grab the back of the chair and rotate that torso around. Still lifting up tall through your spine, inhale. And then exhale, turn a little more. Good, and then if you don't have the armrest, swing your feet all the way over here, set them down. Turn to face the back of the chair, grab a hold, sit up tall, inhale, and then exhale, really rotate around. So you should feel this all the way down into that lumbar spine. Should feel good. Good, and then slowly release, and let's go one more time each side. So right hand on the outside of the left thigh, left hand on the back of the chair. Inhale, sit tall. And then exhale, rotate around, look over that left shoulder. Should even feel a stretch across those oblique muscles. And then again, if you're here, you're just grabbing the edges there. Inhale. And then exhale, turn to look over your shoulder. Good, and then release. And then just walk your feet back this way. Left hand on the outside of your left thigh. Right hand on the back of the chair here. Sit up tall first, inhale. Exhale, rotate around. So you're using this hand. You're pushing against that thigh to get yourself a little more leverage as you spiral around. Inhale, breath. Exhale, rotate more. Maybe walk your feet over there if you do not have an armrest. And then grab the edges of the chair just like that. Inhale, sit tall. And then exhale, rotate to look over your right shoulder. And breathe. Good, and then release. Good, and then just walk it back here. All right, so one more sitting in the chair, and then we're going to use it in a different way. So once again, you're going to sit very close to the edge here. I want you to extend the right leg out, foot is flexed up. So inhale, breath, reach both arms straight up. And then on an exhale breath, you're hinging at the hips, so think nice long spine here. And I should have mentioned, but it's probably obvious, you don't want a chair with wheels like an office chair. You're going to be struggling the whole time. Anyhow, I just thought of that because this would be an opportunity for it to go shooting back behind you. So here we are stretching hamstrings and glutes and your lower back. So just draw the chest down. Good, now drop your toes down and then just roll it up. And then just switch feet. So step the right foot down. Extend your left leg out with the foot flexed. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, hinging at the hips. So it's just like you're folding your hips and your body right over something there as you reach, reach, reach. Come on down however far you can go. And breathe. Good, drop your toes down and then roll it up. Switch, inhale, arms come up. Dig the right heel down, exhale, leaning forwards, hinging at the hips. Come on down, grab around your foot, ankle, knee, thigh, wherever you can grab. Drop your toes down, roll it all the way up. Feet together, inhale, reach up. And then exhale, dig your left heel down, straight leg, hip hinge, reaching forwards, come on down and stretch and breathe. Good, now drop the toes down, roll it up, inhale, breath, arms up. And then exhale, hands pull through to heart center. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, hands pull through to heart center. Good, now relax the arms down, shoulders roll around to the back, and then we're going to stand all the way up. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your arms down, and we're going to take the chair now and just bring it around in front of you. Just like that. So there it is. We're going to use it in a slightly different way here. For some stretches for the hips, low back, and again, the neck. So you want to stand, the chair legs are right there, maybe about, I don't know, 1.5 feet away. Really what you want is when you do a hip hinge, you want your hands to be able to reach the back of the chair just like that. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to just scoot back a little bit more because I never know if I'm in the screen. All right, so inhale, breath. Sweep the arms up over your head. Exhale, breath. So flat back, kind of push the hips back. Try to place those hands right away on the back of the chair. Arms stay straight, but let your chest press down. Let the head drop maybe towards that chair seat. So we're getting a nice stretch now in those neck extensors, chest, shoulders, even your abs and hamstrings. So on an inhale breath, I want you to press down with your hands into the back of the chair, tuck the tail, scoop the belly, kind of roll up just a little bit. So inhale, And then exhale, drop your head down. And then do it again. Inhale, breath, pressing down and rounding up a little bit. Not all the way. Exhale, push those sit bones back, drop your head. One more time. Inhale, breath, press down and roll up a bit. And then exhale, breath, drop and stretch. Good. Now bring your hands down to the chair seat. And actually, you're going to dig your elbows into the chair seat. And we're going to do a little stretch here for the triceps. So you may want to walk the feet back just a step or two so that your head doesn't crash into the chair right there. You want your head actually to come in front of it just like that. So your elbows are kind of on the edge of the chair. Inhale, breath. And then on the exhale, drop your head down. Let the elbows bend so much that the fingertips are reaching down the spine below your neck. Legs are straight. Tighten up in those quads. Inhale. Exhale, sink into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale, sink into the stretch. Good. Now release the hands out. Lift your head up. And then just release all the way up. Inhale, arms over your head. And then exhale, lower your arms down. And then shoulders roll around to the back. All right. So just kind of kick your legs out. We're going to take it into some leg stretches using that chair seat again. Another reason why you don't want wheels on it, lest you go sliding across the floor. All right, so stand maybe about that far away. Shift the weight into your left leg. So stand up nice and tall. Can you pick up your right knee? Inhale. Exhale, kick your leg out and just dig your heel right into the center of that seat. So you might feel a little like, whoa, but we're going to reach the arms straight up overhead. Inhale. On the exhale breath, bend your left knee. Hip hinge, kind of push the hips back, and then just reach forwards here. So either reach for the back of the chair, or you can hold on right there, and then just lower down even more, stretching into those hammies. Stay there, inhale. On the exhale breath, straighten out your left leg. Inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten the neck. Inhale, bend your left knee last time. And then exhale, straighten your left leg. Maybe walk your hands towards the back of the chair, grab a hold, and breathe. Good. Now as you lift your head up, place the hands on the front there. You're going to set your foot into the chair and then just come into this like runner's lunge, like crescent lunge. It's kind of a variation of crescent lunge using a chair. So notice I'm on the ball of my foot back there. The leg is straight. Hips are squared straight ahead. So inhale, breath, reach the arms straight up. And then exhale, lower down. Do it again. Inhale, breath, reach the arms straight up. And then exhale, lower down. One more time. Here we go. Reach those arms up. Inhale, breath. Maybe reach up and back a little bit. Look up. Exhale, breath, lower down. Good. Now hands on the front edge of that seat pan. From here, shift the weight back. Set your foot down. Slide the hands back. Come into this kind of downward facing dog modification using the chair. One breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then walk your hands back and then just push off. Roll it up. And roll your shoulders around and around. All right, so let's do all that on the other leg. So standing again about that far away, shift the weight into your right leg, and you're going to pick up your left knee. Inhale, breath. Exhale, dig your heel right into the center of that seat pan. Inhale, breath, reach the arms up. Exhale, breath, bend the right knee and then hip hinge. So it's like you're folding at the hips. Either touch the back of the chair if you can reach there, or maybe just hands are here. You take it again to wherever it feels good for your body. And then as you drop the head and chest over, wonderful stretch there for the hamstrings. So inhale, breath. Exhale, straighten the right leg out. Inhale, bend the right knee a little bit. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Inhale, breath. Bend that right knee. Exhale, straighten the leg out. And try to dig your heel into the chair seat. It's almost like there's a little bit of a downwards pressure, kind of activating those hamstring muscles as you stretch. Good. Now slowly roll it up. Inhale, breath, arms up. And then on the exhale, you're going to set your foot right in the center. Make sure it's dead center in that chair seat. And you're going to come into this crescent lunge. I want to make sure I'm not crunching this mic. I'm hoping it's still working. And then kind of shimmy those toes back there. You're balancing on the ball of the foot, so it's that crescent lunge position here. Now, if you don't feel stable letting go, you can certainly use one arm to hold on and just reach up like that, or go right away into that crescent lunge. Look up, inhale. Exhale, lower down. And then do it again. Inhale, breath, reach both arms up. Pressing the pelvis in towards the chair. So this is stretching your right quadriceps and hip flexors. Look up and then lower down. And then one more time. Inhale, breath. Reach the arms straight up. Maybe up and back a little bit more. Good. And then exhale down. Place the hands right there on the front of the chair and then just step down and slide the hands forwards, coming into that modified downward facing dog. And breathe. Let your head hang heavy there. Good. Slide the hands to the front edge. Push and roll all the way up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hands pull through to heart center, shoulders back. Do that again. Inhale, breath, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, and then relax, shoulders roll around. So one more stretch using the chair, and then we'll finish up on the mat. So this is a stretch. You know pigeon, most of you know pigeon. So it's just using the chair to do pigeon. So in some ways it's a little bit easier. In some ways it feels a little different. So it's nice, I like it. I sometimes stretch on park benches when I'm out, just kind of like hiking on trails. There's always a park bench somewhere. So I love doing this stretch on the park bench for those hips. So what you want to do, and the setup's a little bit tricky or peculiar, but just go ahead and take your right knee and kind of push that knee towards the back of the chair. Bring your right foot over here off the edge of the front corner there. And then if you're able to, it just kind of depends on your chair, kind of sit down onto that right hip, kind of wiggle those toes back. So you're going to press down into the back of the chair, chest up, head up, inhale. And then on the exhale, kind of melt your head down towards the back of the chair. Do it again. Inhale, breath, straight arms, press up. Exhale, breath, lower the chest down. One more time. Inhale, breath, pressing down with the hands, eyes looking up. And then exhale, lower your chest and just take it to wherever it feels good. Now you can kind of move this leg around just like we do in pigeon. So a little closer into the groin, less intense. The more you kind of bring your foot up there, where that shin is almost kind of parallel to the back of the chair, it's going to be more intense. So you just kind of adjust your leg accordingly and hang out and breathe. So make sure that you flex this right foot. So pull those toes back. That will protect the knee from any kind of torque there in the knee joint. And let's just stay for one more breath. Big inhale. And then exhale it out. Good. Now as you come up, bring that foot back in and then just hands right here on the edges of the chair. Go ahead and step back and go into that modified down dog. One breath here, inhale. Exhale, push your sit bones back, keep your arms straight, and let your head hang heavy, just nice and relaxed, side to side, up and down. Okay, now push down into the chair, round the back, come all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull through. Once more, inhale up. Exhale, pull through. All right, so other leg, ready? So take your foot, and take your foot, take your foot, take your foot. And don't like totally crunch on this thing. And then you're gonna put your knee kind of up here towards the back, the foot down towards the front edge of the chair, hands right there, and kind of shimmy your right toes back. So inhale, lift the chest up. And then exhale, lower your chest down, lower the head into the back of the chair. Do it again, pressing into the back of the chair with your hands. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, drop your head back down. Once more, inhale, press down, chest comes up. And then exhale, lower back down. So remember the foot, if it's closer into the groin this way, it's going to be a little less intense. If you can grab your foot and kind of pull it up here towards the back, it's going to be more intense stretch here in the piriformis, in those glutes. So you just sort of adjust that leg accordingly, and then lower your chest down. Keep that back leg straight. Imagine lifting the back of the knee up to the ceiling. Stay here and breathe. Inhale. Exhale it out. Sink and melt into the stretch. Once again, inhale breath. And then exhale it out. Good, and then come on up. And then just bring that foot back, hands right here on the edge, and then step back into the modified down dog stretch. Hands are stretched out over the top of the chair. Head hangs heavy. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, breath out. Good. Bring the hands to the front and then just push to come all the way up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hands pull through. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, pull through. And then relax. Shoulders roll around to the back. All right, so just move your chair and we're going to come all the way down onto the mat in tabletop position. So on your hands and your knees. And you're going to do a little cat-cow action. So inhale, breath, let the belly drop, head comes up. Exhale, round your spine. So spread the fingers wide, spread the shoulders apart, scoop your belly up and in. Inhale, breath, belly drops, head up. And then exhale, breath, rounding your spine, chin to the chest. Inhale, breath, last time. And then exhale, breath, round. All right, so walk your hands farther out towards the top of the mat. Tuck your toes under and then shift into plank. So top of a push-up, nice straight body line here. So fire up your quadriceps, push the heels back, keep your head in line with your spine. You're gonna lift the right leg up just a parallel. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, breath. Bring your knee right up here in between the hands and let's just take it into full-blown pigeon now on the mat. So this again is addressing the muscles around the hips. So if you've got hip pain, your hips are kind of locking up on you, oftentimes this can bring great relief. Of course, it just depends on why your hips hurt, but a lot of times this is beneficial. Stretching, we know, increases circulation. It increases the core temperature in the muscles. So it's just a wonderful thing to do for your body all throughout the day, not just in a collected 60 minutes. Imagine doing a little bit of something every 40 minutes. All right, so come back up, hands right in front of the knee, straighten the arms, chest up, tuck your toes under, inhale. On the exhale, step back into down dog. So sit bones are up, heels are pressing down, and then we can walk it out here. So wonderful stretch for your calf muscles, stretching your Achilles tendons. So a lot of times when our body is in pain, the root of the pain could be exactly where you're feeling pain. And that's kind of obvious. That seems to make sense. But a lot of times it's also, the root of it could be upstream or downstream, meaning some of the muscles above that point or below. So stretching all of the body can just really bring great relief. All right, so feet are together, legs are straight, head right in between the arms. Inhale, breath. Exhale. And then shift it into plank, top of a push-up. So you're gazing forwards there. Inhale. Exhale, push the heels back, flex the glutes, spin the tail under. Nice, strong, straight body. Inhale, breath, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bring this knee up in between the hands, and let's take it into pigeon stretch here. On this side, dropping the head and chest over, and just simply breathe. Good. Bring the hands back beside your knee. Lift the head and chest up. Tuck your toes under and back. Inhale, breath. Straighten your leg. And then exhale, breath. Step back into downward facing dog. And once again, walk it out. Shift the weight back and forth from foot to foot. Big stretch for the calves. Good. And then both legs straight, feet together. Inhale. Exhale, breath. Try to reach those sit bones up higher. Good. And then just drop down onto your knees. And then from there, swing your feet to the left, drop your hips to the right. And then from there, you're going to just pick up this foot and step your foot right over here in front of your right thigh. And then just kind of pull this right heel in close to the left buttocks. Sit the left sit bone down. So you're going to hug the knee either this way with the right arm, or you can do the arm right there like that with the hand up. Left hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, breath, rotate and look over your shoulder to the back. So just for me right now, just doing this, my back popped and adjusted itself like I heard 3 distinct pops. I felt 3 and it felt great. So it's amazing how the body will just sort of put itself back into proper alignment if you give it the proper tools. So sometimes stretching will do that. It releases kind of the tension where it's pulling the spine maybe uneven and out of alignment. So as you stretch, it will start to release and bring you great relief. All right, return back to the front. Bring your right elbow onto the mat like that. I want you to grab your left ankle, pull the heel to the buttocks, and then as you start to drift the thigh back around behind you, you're going to feel a wonderful stretch through the quads and hip flexors. So another root of back pain is tight hip flexors because of how it tilts the pelvis forwards. So definitely want to address this side as well, kind of opening up the front side of the body. So just pull until you feel that wonderful stretch. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring your knees and feet together. Push yourself up. And then let's just swing your feet over here to this side. Good. And then pick up your right foot. Step it here in front of the left. Pull this heel underneath the buttocks and then sit that right sit bone down. hug your knee with your arm like that, or you can do that elbow on the outside, hand up like that. Take your right hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, sit tall first. Exhale, breath. Rotate around and look over that shoulder to the back. So really releasing in that low back area. Again, inhale. Exhale. There was a pop. That felt so good. Good, and then release back to the front. Bring this left elbow over here to the mat. Grab your right ankle with your right hand. And as you draw the heel to the buttocks, so here, not much stretch. The more this thigh kind of drifts around behind you, the deeper that stretch through the quads. And especially these hip flexors, there's a muscle even deeper inside the psoas. And it's a peculiar muscle because it kind of wraps through the internal bone structure of the pelvis in this way that's almost kind of hard for me to wrap my brain around, but it is in there, and it kind of comes to the front and attaches around back on that lumbar spine. Pull that heel into the buttocks. Okay, now bring the knees and the feet together, and then just push up. And then just extend your legs out and kind of shake, 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 rolling back and forth. All right, so we didn't, of course, address all the possible areas in the body that have pain. I mean, as I'm doing the class, I'm thinking, but there's like the wrist flexors and extensors for carpal tunnel, and then there's all kinds of great shoulder stretches. So I'll probably do another, maybe next week in our stretch. On Thursday, we'll address some of the like rotator cuff stretches specifically for the shoulder, and then maybe the carpal tunnel, and then just some yoga as well. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I do have a fun tool to show you today. So many of you know Eve. Hi, Eve. I'm giving you away. So this is a car buffer. It's actually something that you can purchase at Walmart in the auto section. And it's designed to, it has two different kinds of covers. A foam cover to deposit wax on your car. And then this is the chamois cover, which kind of buffs it off. It's got a super, super short plug, so you need, for sure, an extension cord. I mean, I'm assuming they made it short because they just knew you'd be out in the driveway far away from a plug, and they just didn't want to make a super long one. But anyhow, it kind of has this orbital pattern, and similar to the that peanut, that vibrating peanut that I showed you the other day, this has this vibration tempo to it, and it just feels amazing. I mean, another thing that I have used on my lower back when it hurts, and of course, if you're by yourself, you can just sit in like a very cushy kind of enveloped chair, put it back there, and kind of push your back into it as it's doing its magic. I just call it magic, but many massage therapists will use some of these vibration tools that are really like found in the hardware store or in the auto section. I mean, buffers and sanders and all different sizes. They even have a smaller one that kind of maybe about half this size, and it kind of gets, I guess, smaller areas of your car. But it feels great. Of course, it's not designed for this, and you want to be careful. One time I got carried away, and I was like, oh, yeah, this feels good on my neck. Well, my hair got caught in it, and it jammed it up. And I could hardly find the thing to unplug it. And, I mean, it pulled out a huge chunk of hair. So if you've got long hair, I wouldn't recommend coming up here, or if you do, just, get it out of the way. But that was kind of scary. But other than that, and it might kind of twist up your T-shirt or whatever, but it feels great. And once again, it's that vibration therapy where it elicits a relaxation response in the muscles if they're tight and in lockdown, so it can bring great pain relief. Plus, it just feels good. feels better if somebody does it to you, obviously, as opposed to doing yourself, kind of like tickling yourself, but still works, still feels good. So you may just happen to have one, or your husband or boyfriend, somebody's got one of these in the garage. Go look and see, and then if there's this chamois cover, it's kind of that smoother, softer fabric cloth, you know, you obviously want to wash it, because if it's got wax on it, you don't want to be putting that on your body. Although, you know, we could buff our bodies. Buff our bodies. So there you go. That's one of your tips for the day. And then I think I was going to tell you a little bit about the Jane Fonda story, but it's just, to me, it's kind of amusing, because when I was in graduate school, or actually applying for graduate school right after I graduated from undergrad, I had applied for a teacher assistantship, or graduate assistantship, they call it. So it's basically like a scholarship that pays your tuition and you get a stipend. So I applied for that, and didn't know what I would be teaching, didn't even know if I would get it. And then about a week, it seemed like it was a week, maybe it was 2 weeks before the semester started. This was at the University of Alabama in like 1983, I believe. And I got a letter in the mail that said, congratulations, you got the assistantship, and you're going to be teaching aerobics, and then just this whole list of other classes. And I'm like, aerobics? I've never even done aerobics, had never even done a class at all. Well, my mom had a Jane Fonda book. You may remember, I think the pose, she was kind of like that or something with leg warmers on. So it was a book with a cassette tape. This is like pre-VHS days, I hate to say. But anyways, I studied that book. I played that cassette tape. I learned what aerobics was, what all these moves were. And I went in scared to death my first day teaching these undergrads as a brand new graduate student in the exercise phys department. And I literally just put the Jane Fonda cassette tape in the player, and I let her talk and speak, and then I was just like a demo model out there, just kind of showing them what to do. And then after probably a week or two, I just thought, I think I can do this. Yeah, I think I got this. So then I just started making my own music playlists, and just the rest is history. So it's just kind of interesting how the trajectory of our lives, you know, you can probably all pinpoint a point in time where it switched, and it changed, and it went in a new direction. But, you know, had I never applied for graduate school or never been given that class, I mean, who knows? I might not. You'd be listening to a complete stranger here today. It wouldn't be me. But it didn't turn out that way. It did turn out that I started doing that and found that I loved it. And I literally have never stopped teaching since 1983. I have taught wherever I have lived. And here I am still doing it at 60. And it's like, I do know I like it. It's fun. So it's more fun when we're all together in the same room. But I like just knowing that y'all are there virtually. So hope you enjoyed my story. And don't be hating on Jane, because if it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be doing what I do today. All right. See y'all tomorrow.